First of all, schools having to say the Pledge of Allegiance during morning announcements, that, like, in college, in these halls, like in the lecture halls, there's not a flag posted up in the corner of every lecture hall. Like, of co- of course there's like American flags maybe around campus, or maybe in certain halls, or maybe they're somewhere in a certain context, but it's like we don't have morning announcements, and there's not a flag posted up in every lecture hall for you to pledge to it. And thinking back on it, it's like y'all still have to do that. Like, it's like being in high school and being in that building, or being in middle school, being in high school, being in that vacuum all the way down from starting from like elementary school, and even like, I don't know, kindergarten up. um it's quite interesting because it quite literally like is a vacuum, and once you get out of the vacuum, um looking back on certain things, it's just like, yeah, that's not real. Like, it's just not real. Like, the experience is real, but like in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not real. Even when you get to college, which is another level of education, it's like things are done differently. Number two, not having to worry about a professor telling you to take your hood off. Obviously, this depends professor to professor. That's for a lot of things. Like, different professors do things differently, even if you're taking a different professor for the same class, because it just be working like that. Different professors do things different ways, but not having to worry about being told to take a hood off, or a hat off, like you are in the high school and middle school and elementary school. They yelling at you, they running you down to for you to like take your hood off. And then if a jacket is the wrong color, they wanna like dress code you and all of that stuff. Cause I just be wearing my hood sometimes because it be cold outside, and I just like wear it. And sometimes I take it down because I'm like, I don't need it. But sometimes I keep it up. But like, I mean, I look like I'm paying attention. Like, I'm paying attention. I can pay attention despite this hood being on my head. So like, sometimes I keep it up, and I'm like, oh wow, they're not like yelling at me to take it off. Like in high school, this would be a totally different situation. And I just think I want to expand on like the fact that high school is a vacuum of a place. High school and middle school are like vacuums. I don't know about y'all. Depending on how big your high school campus is, and depending on how big the building is, and how many people go to your school in total, and how many people are in the building total, but in my experience, and I feel like a lot of other people's experience, like high school is not that big of a campus, or it's just like one building, even if it's like multiple different buildings split off. But speaking from my experience, and anybody who may identify with my experience and identify what I'm talking about, high school, like, you're in this one building, and it's such a vacuum of a place. It's like you can have some like really good experiences and really good teachers or whatever, and then also like you can meet really good people who end up being your friends. You can find your friend group, you can be involved, all that. But at the same time, it's a vacuum in the sense of like, you might be surrounded by people who are not for you. Like, for example, my whole junior year, I have a whole playlist on it of me talking about the people surrounding me my junior year, right? And like how those people were like mad annoying. But it's literally like a vacuum. Like, you're literally in a vacuum. And once you get out of that vacuum, it's like you're gonna look back and be like, that was not really real. Like, it was real at the time because you were in it, but once you get a higher perspective on it and look back at it, it's gonna be like, wow. And I don't know if I have anything else to add. Like, also, I will say, like, you comparing yourself to other people, and what goes hand in hand with like you being around people, maybe always being around people who like aren't for you, or just majority of the time that might be the case depending on the school year. And it kind of can feel like you're stuck in those situations. In my situation, talking about my junior year, like it's like you feel like you're stuck because you might have classes with certain groups of people, or you might be around certain groups of people, and that just be happening. And that adds to the aspect of like high school is a vacuum. Once you get out of it, even in college, right? In college, you have certain people who you're in class with, but you're not forced to interact with them outside of class. You can build your own relationships outside of class, whatever the case may be. And it's not a vacuum like before. Even if you're living in a dorm, like I'm living in a dorm, um, it's not like forced interaction. Like, it's not like high school. High school is a vacuum of a place. If you take anything from this video. And I think that's all I have to say. Because I'm filming on my iPad right now. Just extra commentary. I'm filming on my iPad right now because my phone screen is not working yet. It wasn't working in November because water. I was in the bathroom and water, you know. And I got a replacement screen for like $350. And it hasn't even been a full 4 months since I got the replacement screen. And it's black again because of a simple water spill. I was not in the bathroom this time. And also like the corner of the screen that I got put on is like lifting, and today I'm going to walk to a place and see if they can diagnose it, and to see if I have to pay another $300 for another screen. And for context, by the way, it's like the screen's black, but like it makes sounds. Like it still makes sounds. Like I plug it in, I hear the sound of it being plugged in. I have a Google Pixel. So like I plug it in, I hear the sound of it being plugged in. My alarm went off for me to get up. So like it's that type of thing where it's like, baby, you just need a new screen. Like it's not damage to the core. It's just about getting a new screen. But yeah, that's it.